I'm Amy Lewis, and I'm going to share with you where to find some good literary criticism on the library's website. We're going to be looking at Gale Literature during this session, and we're going to start with the main library website right here where everything good begins. And we're going to hit LibGuides, and then we're going to select our class, which in our case is English 1302, and we're going to go to Find Articles. And this first list of databases is going to be our literature databases, and that's where we're going to find Gale Literature. Now, if you've ever used down here in the general databases, if you've ever used Gale General or Gale Academic, this is going to work pretty much exactly the way that those do. So you'll probably be familiar with the format and with the way everything looks and is laid out. If you've never used Gale before, it is very easy to use, and I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to go for Gale Literature. Here we have where you can put in your keywords. You can put in as many as you like. You can connect them using and, or, and not. And I'm going to go ahead and search for an author's name for my search for Flannery O'Connor. And I'm going to search for specifically her short story, A Good Man is Hard to Find. All right. And you'll see that it is popping up with specifications here. So do we want A Good Man is Hard to Find short story or the entire collection, the short story collection, or do you want kind of everything? I'm going to go for just the short story. That is all I'm interested in. I'm not really interested in the other short stories that are in that collection. I just specifically want A Good Man is Hard to Find. I'm going to scoot down to the bottom here and hit search. And I've got 35 articles. Terrific. Over on the side, you can filter by subject, person. So I could filter by Flannery O'Connor if I wanted to. By name of work, by author, items by publication title, and by document type. And I especially want to draw your attention to document type because our options are going to be critical essay, biography, excerpt, interview, and work overview. So if I was more interested in her life, I could click biography. If I was more interested in getting those critical essays, I want to know what a certain motif means in this short story. I want to know about the characterizations in the short story. I'm going to go for critical essay. And that's what I'm going to click this time because that is definitely what I'm interested in. And I'm going to hit apply. And you'll notice up here that it's already set to full text. So that is terrific. Looks like we still have 34 items, which is great. And I can click on any of these articles on the short story. I want to grab this first one, and we can start reading. You scroll down for the article. This one looks a little bit short. On the shorter end, totally fine. Some articles are longer than others. This one is from 2010 from the journal Shenandoah. And on the side, we're going to see the related subjects, so like Gothic literature, for example, storytelling. And we're also going to get more like this. So these are going to be related to this article. Definitely Flannery O'Connor's Misfit and the Mystery of Evil would key into the themes that are happening in that short story. So that would definitely be one that I might want to check out. We also have the validation of the unreasonable in A Good Man is Hard to Find. So these are going to be related. Nice way to discover new things over there. Up at the top, we have our options where we can get link. We can get a permanent link back to this article. We can download this article as a PDF onto our device. We can print this article. We can send it to ourselves. And we can use the cite button up at the top. Already set to MLA. This article doesn't have an author. Totally fine. It moves on to the title of the article. And we've got that right there. Everything else looks good. All right, so that's really how you use Gale Literature. It is just the literature-specific version of the Gale databases, and it's going to have all kinds of great literary criticism for you in it. Try your searches in there and see what good things you can find.